Welcome to class. Today is Thursday, November 5th, 2020. Our agenda is way down here for social studies. We're going to review our Google Meets etiquette, review our class norms, our mission statement and goal, our learning objectives, and then we are going to finish our review today, okay? Because you have an assessment tomorrow. All right. Please make sure you show up on time. You have a quiet place to work in. You have paper, pencil, eraser. Hang on, Scarlett. Mute your microphone when I am speaking or somebody else is speaking. Turn your video on. Raise your hand or use nod when you have a question. Unmute your microphone to talk and leave at the end of the meeting. Scarlett, what can I do for you?
This is funny, but have you actually been using the same agenda since the past 3 days? 3 days since we've been working on that?
Yeah. Class norms. Be kind, be respectful, and be working. Mission statement. We will work together as friends and family.
We will work together as friends and family.
In Mrs. Met's class.
And Mrs. Met's class.
To gain more knowledge, to work, and to learn. So we can all be successful. We will listen to each other, help each other, and encourage each other. We will make things happen and show the world we will not accept anything short of the best. Okay, everybody go on mute. Good job.
This guy disappeared for a minute. Until he is peachy popped out with his neck like, oh no, where is that?
Oh, you must not have your grid showing. All right. 100% of Mrs. Met students will show growth on unit assessments throughout the 2020-2021 school year. They will accomplish this goal by being purposeful and intentional with their time in learning. Today's learning objective is, yes, Scarlett, the same thing we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. You will be able to identify, define, and analyze various important characteristics of the geography of Texas. I will know you have learned this by your review, by reviewing your completed review. Y'all don't need that. I'm going to close this. Go away. All right. Close that. Let me open up. I will just do, nope. So right now, I am opening up a new tab for class links. I am going to go into my HEB ISD class link. You need to be doing the same. Hopefully yours has got an open tab. I don't know what happened to mine. Make sure you open up your Canvas. Mrs. Met's 4th grade card. Scroll down to week 12. Scroll down to the bottom of week 12 and click on the, underneath social studies, it says week 12, day 1, Monday, through week 12, day 4, Thursday, chapter 1, Geography of Texas Review. I'm going to scroll down and open up the file, the gray button, open your file back up. Now, mine doesn't have all the information because remember, I don't save mine. Remember, I don't save mine. And I think we were, oh, it did save. Look at that. We were down here at the renewable resources. So let me open up that Station 2 activity PDF so that y'all can see it. Y'all may have to go bounce back and forth between your Cami file and the meeting so that you can see the PDF. So I'm going down and I'm looking at number 4. Describe how Texans use 4 resources, 2 that are non-renewable and 2 that are renewable. So I guess the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about non-renewable resources. What are some non-renewable resources? Can y'all wave at me? And Scarlett.
One non-renewable resource would be water.
Water is non-renewable. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Cami and I'm going to kind of add like notes over here off to the side. I'm going to add a text box over here. It won't let me do it right there. I'm going to add a text box. And the first thing I want to do is I want to list non-renewable resources. So water. Water is non-renewable. Can somebody give me another example? Chloe. Yeah, it is.
Renewable. Not renewable. Well,
Well, when we talk about renewable and non-renewable resources, we're talking about things in the environment. Things in the environment. Like if I look at this PDF, you have trees, gas, water, fish. Actually, Scarlett, I think water may be renewable. You know why? Did y'all hear any of that? I know I didn't, because I can't hear when more than one person talks. So why did I move water to a renewable resource? Scarlett.
I think it kind of hurt Tyler because he said that you can like.
What happens to build up our water resources in the environment? I'll give you a hint. It falls from the sky. Tyler.
So how water is renewable? It's whenever you know in the ocean how the water evaporates. I think that's how it goes. It evaporates and goes up in the sky. That's what makes clouds. And then it rains down, and then it goes back to the ocean.
Yep, you are correct. And we will learn about that later in science as well. All right, so back to non-renewable resources. If I go, I'm going to look at this station. So if y'all look in the meeting, we have trees, gas, water, fish, vegetables, coal, natural gas, wind, oil, soil, sunlight, and cows. Non-renewable. Which ones of those are non-renewable resources? What if I can split my screen? Look at that. I'm going to split my screen so I can type this in. Non-renewable resources. Chloe, which one of those is non-renewable?
Maybe a cow.
You can't grow more cows?
Well,
You can. They reproduce. Cows reproduce. Water reproduces. Remember when we read the chapter? What happens when we cut down trees? What do? Scarlett.
Well, they can't like grow more.
That's exactly what we do. That's exactly what they do. Farmers purposefully grow more cows, right? That's a renewable resource. Non-renewable resources are things like gas. Once you dig gas up out of the ground or pump it out of the ground, and use it, it's gone. So gas is a non-renewable.
How about coal?
Coal's non-renewable. Natural gas is non-renewable. What?
Vegetables?
Nope, that's renewable. Because you can grow vegetables from seeds. Oil. Soil. Soil. No. Fish are renewable resources because there's places where they farm raise them. Did you know that? So things that are non-renewable are things like what we call fossil fuels, like gas, coal, natural gas, oil, soil. What are some things? So, well, let me go back up to the renewable resources. So I'm going to go up to the renewable resources and I'm going to add to that. So the renewable resources are trees, because every time they cut one down, they plant one, right? Water's renewable. Fish, because every time we eat one, somebody grows one. Yes, there's fish farms. Vegetables. Somebody needs to go on mute. Wind. Wind is renewable. It just recreates. Sunlight keeps coming. Cows. So those are all renewable resources. So let's look at the renewable resources. What are some ways that we use these renewable resources? What are some ways we use the renewable resources? Are y'all typing this in? Are y'all participating, or is it just Chloe and Scarlett today? Scarlett, how do we use water?
We use water for, we drink it, and we use it for like cooking, like the soup, and like the noodles, like the noodles.
Okay, we use it to cook with. We use it to drink. Do we use it to water our plants? Do we use it to water our animals? Do we use it to make electricity? Think about reservoirs, right? We use waters in reservoirs to make electricity, don't we? Did y'all know way back when, they had the water mills? Have y'all ever seen those big, huge wooden wheels on the side of a building where there's water rolling through it? Have y'all ever that's to power stuff. They use it to power up electricity. They use it to grind. They used to use them to grind up corn and stuff to make flour, right? So we use water to cook with, to drink with, to give to animals, to create electricity. We use water to have fun in, don't we? There's so many ways that we use water. All right. What's another renewable resource that we use? And how do we use it? So number 1, we use water. Number 2, what else do we use? Saini. We use sunlight to grow plants. How else do we use sunlight? Do we use sunlight to create electricity? Y'all know what solar panels are? We use sunlight to let light into our house, right? We use sunlight for vitamin D for our bodies, yes? That's going a little far, but you get the point, right? So I want to add wood. How do we use wood? How do we use wood, Saini? Build houses. What else do we build with them? Khadijah. Fire. Fireplace or a fire pit. Do we use it to build furniture? Build furniture. I know my furniture is made out of wood. You know what else is made out of wood? Paper's made out of wood. All right, non-renewable resources. How do we use gas, a non-renewable resource? Vipaswi. To what? We use gas to cook. I'm going to say we use gas to cook with. We use it to, what are those things that are all over the roads? We use oil and gas in our cars. Airplanes.
The fuel airplanes use is called jet fuel.
You are very right. It sure is.
Helicopters?
Yep.
And motorbikes?
Yep. We could list it for days. How do we use coal? No, I don't have any printed. You'd have to go into week 11 and 12 and do the math workshops. Scarlett. Well, coal and natural gas. So we use coal and natural gas to cook, to heat our homes. I don't know about y'all. My house is really old. I live in a house that's built in the 50s. 50? Yeah, in the 50s. And so mine uses natural gas to heat it. So we have a natural gas heater, and we also have a natural gas water heater, right? Layla. Oh, you, A. Layla, A.
The house we're getting is probably from the 1990s.
Is it? That's fantastic. All right. So, did y'all get all that?
No.
Oh. Why not?
You were writing too fast.
Oh, well, do I need to wait?
Maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
But I want to do page 3 so y'all can have it all done for your test tomorrow. Yeah. There we go. Y'all, there you go. There you go. Here you go. Here you go. Kaden.
Oh. Do you do that to your dogs, Miss Ness? Did you call my name Mrs. Ness?
I did. I thought you were raising your hand. Were you not?
I was. There was one of my cousins and then one of my uncles. Guess what?
What? Tell me. Tell me.
He lives in Abilene, Texas. And guess what?
Tell me.
His house was built in the 1930s.
I don't doubt it.
30s.
That's pretty. I bet you. Does he like it? Wow.
What? Yeah.
That's so cool.
All four of my grandparents were born in the 40s. In 1941, 1942, and 1947, respectively.
Look at you and all your knowledge of grandparents.
My parents were born in the 70s. My older brother was born in 2005. I can let you go on with class.
Well, I'm actually just waiting for people to type all this into their file so that they can have it.
I'll type it in.
Oh, fantastic, Kaden. Layla, A, are you done typing this in?
Yeah.
Okay. What, Chloe? Okay. I'm going to give you 2 more minutes. Got about 1 minute left. You may not get all this typed in. That's okay. You can always go back and watch the video and get what you need in. Hopefully you're listening. I just have you type it or write it so that you have a better chance of remembering it. For those of us who don't do well, just listening and remembering, typing in usually helps. While you guys are wrapping that up, I am going to open up the page 3 PDF file for this so you can see what it says. All right. So I know some of you are still typing, but for the sake of the learning, I want to go ahead and show y'all this. So this is page 3 of the PDF. So you have a blizzard, you have hail, You have a hurricane and you have a tornado. And then we have various landforms and bodies of water that are represented in Texas. So on our sheet, wherever mine went, there it is. It wants us to type in. So Texas has many kinds of severe weather. What are some listing here? You have tornadoes and northerns. What other types of severe weathers do we have based on these pictures? Natalie.
What's Natalie?
I have. Well, Natalie L's the only one that's on right now.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
I think it may be the last
Oh. All right. So what can we add in detail 1? Texas has many kinds of severe weather. What's another type of severe weather we see based on these pictures? Layla A. Hurricanes. Hurricanes. What's another one? What's another one we see? Layla A.
Hail.
Yep. Severe storms, right? And what's another one we see? We don't hear much about the blizzards here in North Texas because they're usually up in the panhandle. Chloe. What?
On the very bottom, the one on the very bottom. I don't know what it's called.
Well, what are the type of weather, Texas climate that we get? Well, we don't here, but there is a place in Texas that does. Up in the west,
The one next to the
well, we have that one. We also get blizzards. So I know that we don't see them here in North Texas. Okay? But trust me, they have them up in the panhandle. Okay? The panhandle of Texas does have blizzards.
But Kansas, I used to look at River, there used to be a lot of snow.
Yeah. Mel Lalatai.
Miss Lily, not Miss Lily, Miss Matt, Lord help us. Mrs. Matt's texting something real quick.
Hang on.
Me and my family used to live somewhere where it would always rain. Not rain, snow. There would be snow everywhere.
No. That's fantastic. Yes.
I've been in 3 or 4 blizzards in New York.
Goodness.
In Clifton Park. In Clifton Park, New York.
Wow.
And I live in U.S. Texas.
You do, don't you? All right. Let's look at the landforms in Texas. The landforms in Texas. Do we remember what some of them are called? What do we see in this picture? Do y'all know what it's called when you have the the drop off or a cliff? It starts with an E. Do any of y'all know what it's called, Leah? It is escarpment. Good job. We have we have plateaus, escarpments. What else do we have in Texas? What covers the most of Texas borders? What defines most of Texas borders? We have one up north that splits Texas and Oklahoma. We have one down south that splits Texas and Mexico. They're called what? Layla A., what are they called?
What?
No! Leah, what are they called? What creates the border between Texas and Oklahoma? It's called the... No, to Leah, what's it called? Okay. Scarlett, what's it called? Bye.
At first, I did thought it was Gary Island, but then when Leah said it, I was like,
Oh. Zany, do you know what they're called?
River?
They're rivers. You have the Red River to the north. You have the Sabine River to the east. And you have the Rio Grande to the south, don't you? Most of Texas border is lined with a river. And then you have the Toledo Bend Lake that the Sabine River runs through. Anyway, so what's the last thing that we have in Texas that most of us have probably not really thought about, but they are usually out west, and it's a part of a big range. We get like the very tip at the end of them. We have a big range going across western United States. Does anybody know what other type of landform we have in Texas?
Range?
But what kind of range? It's a range of what? We call them blank ranges. The Rocky Mountains. We have mountains. We have mountains in the state of Texas, and we really wouldn't pay a whole lot of attention to them because if you look at the map, we're at like the very end of the Rocky Mountains, right? We get the very end, so they kind of start... Oh, it is. Well, it's 3:02. I know. I was trying to get all this in. All right, guys. Guess what? I see you tomorrow. I know. School's over. Yeah. Jordan, stop. Hang on, Kaden. Hang on, Kaden. Hang on, Kaden. Bye, Sujav. Hang on, Kaden. Stop. No, because technically we're not done with it. I'd like to finish it before you take your test. There's not much left, though. I clicked save now so it wouldn't disappear. You too, bye. Yes, Layla. Bye, Natalie. Hang on, Kaden. Can you what? Oh, I think we're gonna have to wait till you show up on the traditional side, though. I know. Bye, Kaden. Yes. Sure. Let me see. That's cool. I'm impressed that you can grow a plant. Do you know what happens when plants are around me? They wilt. Like, I'm pretty sure I would kill a plastic plant.
Are you kidding me?
No.
It's because of my mom. She said, oh, you're gonna grow plants. Well, okay, so we, forgot to water him this one time, but then he looked up, like, cause he actually grew, but we forgot to water him this one time, and we looked up why, but it's because he doesn't need water that much, like it has plants.
Yeah, I did that to my aloe plant. I overwatered my aloe plant and it was rotting the roots, but I managed to save it. And so I have a pot now that I don't actually water the plant itself. It has a watering bowl at the bottom so that the roots go down and drink up whatever water it needs.
Mine has that too, right?
Yours does. Mine's kind of like that too, so I don't have to risk making it not grow anymore.
Me and my mom did.
That's cool. I used to sing to plants. I did. I used to sing to plants when I was in elementary school. Do what?
We put music on them and put it next to it.
Yep. All right, guys. I got to go help with dismissal. Bye.
See you on the 16th.
Bye.